Okay, in this lesson we're going to start over on page 432 and we're going to start with Excel chapter 3A. So let's go ahead and start Excel. And let's go to open other workbooks, and we're going to go to our computer. We're going to find the files that we saved, wherever you save those files. I have mine under student data files. We're going to go to student data files, and we're going to open the second file, actually E03A Enterprise Funds, and hit open. And then we're going to go and save them. File, save as, and I'll go back to my homework location. Create a new folder and call this Excel chapter 3. And we're going to call this, get rid of the E and the 0 in the front. We're going to give it our last name and our first name, and save. Okay. You'll notice that the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do something we did in the last lesson, which is we're going to look at the absolute cell reference. In this range of cells here, we want to calculate the percentage of each of these to this. So we put our cursor over here, like so, and we're going to hit equals C17. C5 divided by C11, and we're going to hit F4 on our keyboard to make that absolute, and then we're going to drag this guy down like so. And again, you can see this refers to the absolute cell reference. You'll notice that as we move each of these down, this first number moves sequentially, the second number doesn't. The bottom of page 433 talks about absolute cell reference. Okay, the next part of the lesson is over on page 434. We'll be talking about creating a pie chart. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab A5 down to A10, and then we're going to hold the control button down, and we're going to grab C5 to C10, and we're going to go to Insert, and we're going to go to right here where it says Insert a pie chart or donut chart, and we're going to select 3D pie, which is like so. Okay. We're also going to move it to its own, and this is how you create. Okay. We're also going to move it to its own chart, its own sheet. And the way you would do that is you can on the Chart Tools Design tab, far right side, select Move Chart, and we're going to select New Sheet, and we're going to call this sheet Expenditures Chart, and I'm going to hit OK, and it creates its own sheet. Okay. All right, and that's how you create. You can see the different pieces we have of this, which we'll be looking at. All right, the first thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and change the chart title. So we click into here, and we're going to get rid of this text, and we're going to fill in Enterprise Fund Expenditures. And we're going to go ahead and select all the text here. And we're going to go to the Format tab. And we're going to drop this option down here and select this last option that says Fill Gold Accent 4 Soft Bevel. Okay, and we're going to change the font size to 32. Okay, again, just right here. All right, and that's how you use the word art. Okay, moving along on to page 436. We're going to click on if you click on the chart here, you notice we have this. If you ever done charts in previous lessons, versions of Office, this is actually a little bit different. They're doing this a little bit different, so it might be a little confusing. So if we click on here, like so, you can see we have a number of different things. Go ahead and click on Data Labels, and go ahead and click on this up here arrow. Click on More Options, and it gives us options here on the right. As I mentioned previously, this is different than the way it was done before. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and uncheck value. Actually, I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and category name percentage. We're going to go ahead and get rid of these two options. We want category name percentage, and we're going to select center. Okay, so we selected category name percentage and center. And with these guys selected, we're going to come over to here, and we're going to bold. Actually, I'm sorry. This is the wrong way. We're going to right click on here and select font, and we're going to select bold italic. Change this to 11. Really, it doesn't really, they're both the same. It's just a different way of doing this. Bold italic and 11. And then we'll go ahead and hit OK. All right. Okay. Moving right along. Okay. If you click on the outside here, you'll notice that as you select this, the options change. At this present moment, we have the entire pie selected. Now, I know that because I can look at these different dots. If I clicked over here, this would actually be one actual slice, or I can click the entire pie itself. Okay. So I go over to here, and then I click on the effects, and then I want to go ahead and drop down 3D format. Okay. And that should bring it to the same place we are on the bottom of page 437. Okay. We're going to go ahead and change the top bevel to circle, and change these both to 512. And then change the bottom one to circle, and change these to 512. Okay. And then we're going to come down to the bottom and change the material to plastic, which is right here. And that gives it a little bit of effect. All right. So if we go back to our options here, and let's go ahead and close this to collapse this, and let's go ahead and expand shadow. And we're going to go ahead under presets, and we're going to go to under presets, we're going to go down to perspective, and we're going to select below right here, which you can see it gives a little bit of a shadow. All right. All right. Turning over to page 439, rotating a pie and changing the angle of a slice. So let's go ahead and click over here, and you'll notice that we have angle of a slice. Now you can actually manually do this yourself, or you can come in here and type in, like the book has it typing in 250. And all it does is just basically moves the slice. Is all it moves it. Okay, that's how you would move it. All right. We can also select. Let's go ahead and select. Let's make sure I give you the right one here. Go ahead and select the waterfront, which is right here. Okay. You can see that I just have the two dots here showing me that I have only the waterfront selected. I come to here and change this to 10, and that pulls it out. Okay. You also could use this. You also could do this as well. Oh, I'm sorry. Either one would do the same, but again, we're going to change it to 10. That's either way would work. Okay. We also want to go and change the color of this slice here. So we go to the fill, and we would go to fill, and we would go to, let's go to, make sure we give you the right one here, fill options. Let's go to gradient, and let's drop this down here. We're going to select fourth row, last gradient, which is bottom spotlight accent 6. Okay, and that's how you would change one specific slice color. Okay, page 440, formatting the chart area. Okay, you'll notice that right here we have the different options here. We can select. Let's go ahead and select chart area. Okay, you can see how the options change here. We're going to go. This is called the fill line here, and we're going to change. We're going to select at this point. We're going to select gradient fill, and we have the same options we had here before. We're going to drop this down. As the book says, fourth column, fourth row, first gradient, which would be here. Bottom spotlight accent 1, and that's how you would change the background color as well. Okay. Next, let's go ahead and to collapse this, and let's check border. We're going to change the border here. We're going to choose solid line. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and select the arrow color here, and we're going to come down to here and select blue gray text 2 and change the width to 5%. 5 point. Okay. All right, and let's go ahead and close that. All right, and that's how you adjust the. Oh, I'm sorry. There's one other thing too. Click down here and delete that guy as well. That's something we were supposed to do earlier. I think I may have missed that previously. All right, page 441, editing a workbook and updating a chart. Let's go back to our expenditure, enterprise fund expenditure sheet, and let's go ahead and click on C5, And C5, let's change that number to 18,121,067. Okay, notice all the numbers change here. And if we go back to our chart, you'll notice that it changes the chart as well. Okay, and that's basically the way that works. Okay, 441. For 441, using the goal seek, let's go back to our expenditure enterprise fund expenditure sheet. We're going to click on A13 and we're going to type in goal. To reduce waterfront expenditures from 11% to 9% of total expenditures. Okay. Let's go ahead and hit here. Let's go ahead and select A13 over to D13, and we're going to merge and center and give it heading style, cell style heading 3. Okay. And A14, type in the word goal amount. All right. Colon. All right. And then let's go up here and select C10 and D10. And we're going to right click and we're going to copy. And then we're going to come down to B14, which is right here, and we're going to paste. Okay. And then we hit escape on our keyboard to get rid of the blinking lights. Now if you click over here, you'll see that it's still you'll click on the C14. All right. All right. We're over on page 442. Let's go up to the Data tab, and let's go over to the What If analysis and select Goal Seek. And to give you a little background, what this is going to do is we're going to say we want to set C14 to the value of. Oh, you know what? I forgot one thing here earlier. Let's go up to here real quick here. Let's select these guys here, and let's give these this percentage style, and let's give this guy percentage style as well. Okay. Let's go back. So we've applied the percent style here and here. So, and we probably should center as well. I think I missed that previously as well. Okay. So back to our goal seek. So go back to the Data tab and we click on the What If analysis and we go to Goal Seek, and we're going to set C14 to 9% by changing cell B14. Okay. So we want to see how much will B14 have to change to make this cell 9%. And we hit OK, and it verifies the information, and we hit OK. And this tells us what it should be. Okay. That's basically essentially the way that the goal seek works. All right. Not too difficult. One thing that's important to do is you notice that we copied the cells and we pasted them. That way we pasted the formulas, because it only works if there's an actual formula in this cell. If you manually type in the information here, it won't work. There has to actually be a formula in here. Okay, so let's go ahead and save. All right, over on page 443, preparing and printing a worksheet. Let's go, we're in this sheet, let's go to, we've done multiple times, go to the page layout tab, margins and custom margins. And we're going to center on page horizontally. And then we're going to go to header and footer. And we're going to click on custom footer. In the left section, we're going to click here, which is the insert file name. And then we're going to hit OK and OK. Next, let's go to the chart. Okay, and the chart works pretty much the same way. From the chart, we would go to here as well, do the same thing, margins, and we would go to header and footer, and we're going to go to custom footer. So again, we would go to the drop-down box here and go header and footer, custom footer, in the same methodology. Insert file name, hit OK. You can do a print preview to see what it looks like, and that is how that does. Okay, finally, let's do our property information name. That's by going to here and going to show all properties. Okay, for tags, we're going to go ahead and let's find the tags. We're going to add the tags of enter enterprise fund, comma, expenditures, expenditures. For the subject, we're going to put in CIS 105. Okay. And that pretty much brings us to the end of the lesson.